Zelda's finally the playable character? I thought he was always the playable character. Goodbye, the show where I tell you about a thing, and whether or not you should actually buy that thing. Today, that thing is The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Zelda is finally the hero. I still can't quite believe it. A game where you play as Zelda. Not a cutesy platforming spin-off or a non-canon gem like Age of Calamity, but a mainline entry in the series that holds her name front and center. Echoes of Wisdom is the latest entry in the legendary series and brings back the cutesy, toy-inspired look that we saw in the Link's Awakening remake. After Tears of the Kingdom pushed a complete creative sandbox on us, most would have thought it'd be strange to return to a classic 2D Zelda game. But the thing is, that sandbox element is still here, and we actually have something of a blend of the series' modern identity. The possibilities are endless, and after I placed my final bed to sleep in amidst an army of flesh-eating spiders I'd brought forth from the ether, I felt satisfied in most of the things this adventure sets out to accomplish. In this game, the creativity comes from the ability for Zelda to summon echoes, replicated objects and beings used in a new sort of magic. This was a surprising thing to be revealed in the trailer, as we watched Zelda create stairs out of beds. You'll no doubt have seen the memes already, and how when Link is kidnapped, the first thing Zelda does is start building tables to smack enemies over the head with to save her beloved baby girl.
What the hell is wrong with you?
But it really does carry the elements of what makes Zelda so great nowadays. The freedom of Breath of the Wild, the DIY solutions of Tears of the Kingdom, and the reimagined image of 2D Zelda games from Link's Awakening. Set out on your adventure and do whatever you want. Cliff in your way? Trees? Houses? Just stack some tables, stick a trampoline on there, and be on your merry way. The ability to use these items to your advantage in any number of ways is liberating, turning Hyrule into a sprawling diorama of little pieces the game will beg you to play around with. I developed a relaxing cadence of gradually tackling temples as I explored the open world to take on new quests, unlock outfits, and make smoothies. The world will react and change to the unfolding narrative, offering out new tidbits of dialogue or quests where returning characters ask Zelda for favors, both big and small. It is far from sprawling, instead settling for a comfortably vast take on Hyrule, where I wanted to do everything and not leave a single stone unturned. Echoes of Wisdom is a wonderful little game that puts experimentation at the center, yet it also tries to be a traditional Zelda adventure with all of the trimmings we've come to expect. It strikes an occasionally awkward balancing act between the two, coming out the other end as a bold, accomplished outing that shines a spotlight on a princess who has been waiting decades for her dues. Yet despite how much joy I mined conquering its temples and delving into its many rifts, at times it doesn't push its ambition far enough. That never stops Echoes from being a warm hug of a video game that enraptured me from start to finish, but it does leave me infinitely more curious about what the future holds. Now Zelda has helmed her first epic outing, it's only a matter of time until she goes on to bigger and better things. So let's really get down to the worth. How much are we paying to finally play as Princess Zelda? The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom will cost you around £50 or $60. Pretty standard for a full price game, there's no surprise there, especially as this is Nintendo. But how long will you be playing? Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are incredibly vast games, while Link's Awakening was much shorter. Echoes of Wisdom falls safely within the latter's domain, taking around 15 to 20 hours to beat, depending on just how much time you want to spend looking for all the little secrets. Of course, this game gives you freedom of exploration and infinite ways to tackle a situation, so you could do it in a lot less or a lot more, but if you're looking for an average leisurely time, then around 20 hours is your best bet. But is it worth it? The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is a fantastic Zelda game, and one that does so well to combine the old and the new in a surprising format. Like one of those smoothies. It sticks to being a shorter, simpler adventure in line with the likes of Link's Awakening, but shakes up how you play, and any familiarities with the formula can't be relied upon to solve every problem. The story is basic, but as entertaining as any other. But the game remains a strong outing for Zelda's first time at the forefront of her own series. For those that have been waiting for just that for so many years, it will not disappoint. And we can only hope that we begin to see the princess in more prominent roles as the series evolves even further. There's a lot on offer with this one, and a lot of ways that you can play around with the echoes and the world. It won't go above and beyond, and don't expect something that's going to sit on the same level as Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, but when we're stepping back to isolate and look at the 2D Zelda games specifically, this one is just as innovative and significant. Echoes of Wisdom is an easy one to recommend for any fans of The Legend of Zelda. You know what you're getting here, and the echoes and Zelda's role don't add so much that it becomes unrecognizable. It's still, at its core, a Zelda game, which means it does everything you already love about Zelda games. But it does do enough to freshen things up, keep the series evolutions ticking along, and make for a truly wholesome, enjoyable adventure through Hyrule. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is a goodbye.